Hello and welcome to Las Blancas Podcast.
Welcome to a new episode of Las Blancas. This one is slightly different. This is a new episode where we would be taking on a look at the general women's football around Europe. And this time we will be discussing the Champions League draws that just happened. We were up against, seven other teams, um, along with teams like Barcelona, teams like Lyon, and Bayern, Wolfsburg, who have won these multiple times. And out of all of those teams, we were supposed to find out who we are going to face. And there are some exciting draws. We are going to face Arsenal, which is, which I guess we are both happy about. And we'll get into that. We'll briefly touch upon every single tie that has been decided, and we'll see the Champions League path as well. But first of all, Kanita, what are your initial reactions after those draws?
I'm just perplexed that we haven't drawn Barcelona yet in any competition this season. So that's crazy. I don't know what this season is, but we're still not getting Barcelona, and we got Arsenal, which we have been talking about it. We out of all of the options we did have, that Arsenal is like the most plausible one that we like all like collectively as a fan base wanted. So yeah, it's an exciting one. I know that Arsenal fans are also excited to face us. So yeah, our draw is pretty cool.
Let's quickly look at what the general draw for the quarterfinal is like. And obviously, we will discuss briefly about our draw. There will be a preview pod, there will be a review pod for both the legs as well. But right now, just this is just an initial reaction that something we are trying with the new channel and everything. So this is a draw right on your screen. It's Real Madrid versus Arsenal, Bayern versus Lyon, Wolfsburg versus Barcelona, and Manchester City versus Chelsea. So let's begin our discussion by talking about Real Madrid versus Arsenal. You know, Arsenal did not start the season that well under Ideball. Some ups and downs. Then they lost Miedema at the start of the season as well. And then midway through the season, Rene takes over, and they seem to have been doing well, but have just been knocked out of the cup competition. So, if out of all those teams, or out of all of our possible options, which included Barcelona and Lyon, I think this is potentially the best result that we could have asked for. And this is something that we briefly touched upon as well when we got to know the quarterfinalists. And I think I'm not saying this as this is going to be easy or anything. Arsenal do have a lot of quality. Kyra Cooney Cross, who I keep raving about on my Twitter, does play for them. She has been in splendid form this season. They've got Stina Blackstenius, who somehow in these sort of games, she always steps up. She always comes up with a big goal. They've got Chloe Kelly as well now, joined from Manchester City. They've got Beth Mead, and they've got Alessia Russo as well. The midfield is quite strong, to be honest. Leah Walty, Kim Little, and Kyra Cooney Cross. So there's a lot of quality. Uh, but I think the reason I think this gives us the best chance is because Arsenal aren't the most uh, tactically astute side currently. They are still figuring themselves out, and that puts us in a very good position to sort of challenge and test ourselves to see as where we stand in Europe, if we can compete at that level, because these are all really talented teams. Like here the talent gap reduces to zero, something that helps carry us in the league and everything. Here that talent gap won't necessarily be there, but I would still like bet on our forward line to cause problems to their defense, because Their backline has been struggling a bit. We recently saw that in the City game that they played in the league that ended some 4-3, conceding quite some errors at the back there. Then they conceded twice against City in the cup as well. So there are holes to be exploited there, and I think that gives us the best opportunity for those reasons, because our attack is quite decent, to be honest. I think we can get away with the result here. The only issue for me here is that we are playing second leg away from home. So yeah, that's going to be tricky. Kanita, what do you think of the draw? Do you think Arsenal have got enough to beat us comfortably, or do you think it's going to be a challenge?
Well, it is definitely no, I mean, this is like the only option that we had that could have been like possibly like equal, that could have been like an exciting draw. So even though we do have a chance at beating them, it does depend on a lot of things. For example, Torreal,
Yeah,
and Torreal.
and our set piece defending.
Yeah, and whether we will count those goals or not, obviously. But yeah, I mean, talent wise, yeah, we can, it can go either way, and that second leg away is a problem, definitely. It is definitely, but it's like this for some reason. I don't know, every runner-up regroup runner-up plays at home first, which is it's how it is in the bracket. So yeah, it is like that, a bit odd, but it's fine. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have been shaky. I mean, yeah, you said they had a coach change, and then Renee has done well. She's saving the team, and yeah, they're still a bit shaky, but I think we can beat them. The I don't know, I just don't know if we'll put on normal, defensive line, or will we invent something together with the midfield against Arsenal. If so, if inventions are very wacky, then yeah, I think Arsenal has it easy against us. Yeah.
My only worry is the fact that if Oyane's departure is announced,
Yeah.
then and if they integrate Chloe Kelly into the lineup, which I think they will pretty soon. So Chloe Kelly will be up against Olga on the left hand side, and then it would be probably Beth Mead playing on the right, maybe on the left, sorry. So
Yeah.
then she'll be coming up against our right back. So the fullback situation is a bit tricky, and I think that will determine a lot of things. I'm pretty confident in our center backs sort of holding their own, with either against Russo and Blackstenius, but the fullback situation is a bit is something that is going to be tricky. But I think cautiously optimistic is the word. I think we are
Mm.
both cautiously optimistic about this tie. I think we can make it, but yeah, I mean, we'll see how things go. March is still quite far away, and we don't know how the squad shapes up till then. There could be injuries, there could be a lot of things going into that tie. So yeah, cautiously optimistic is the word, guys, for this tie. Let's touch upon the other ties. So let's begin by talking about Barcelona,
Mm.
are the side that recently lost to Levante. I'll just keep bringing that up.
And we play them next, Levante, the mighty one. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, it's Barcelona against Wolfsburg, and honestly, we are recording this right after Wolfsburg's game has finished. Wolfsburg drew 0-0 against Cologne. So, they haven't been having a great season. There has been a race for the first spot in the Frauen Bundesliga, but honestly, I feel like that is down to all the teams being slightly patchy throughout the season. There hasn't been one true standout in the Frauen Bundesliga this season. And Wolfsburg, out of them all, have lost a lot of talent. They lost Lena Oberdorf, they lost Eva Payor, and they haven't had the optimal replacements in their place, especially Wolfsburg. So, it's not looking good, honestly. I feel like Barcelona can probably and will most probably dominate Wolfsburg. Given how they've been struggling, they have moved to a back five just to be more cautious at the back and stop leaking goals, because earlier in the season they were conceding to every team, and they are not scoring enough to afford that. So they have moved Janine Minge to a back five in a back three, and they are playing a back five system with inexperienced left back, and stuff like that. So it's a team that is in a big transition, and this could be this could become a one-sided tie if Barcelona turn up in and are firing on all cylinders. This is sort of a has become a lot of uh, center of about a lot of player transfers. Eva Payor, you can call it a Eva Payor derby, Ingrid Engen derby, or Fridolina Rolfo derby. Like, these two sides have met each other in the final, but the current state of both these teams are very different, I would say. So yeah, I mean, if I have to pick one, I would probably say Barcelona. What do you say, Kanita?
I mean, if I had to pick one, I don't think it's it's kind of hard to see, but
Yeah.
yeah, with shaky Wolfsburg and well, also shaky Barcelona that has lost against Levante recently. Yeah, now it could be a close one. No, I don't think so. This is no. Yeah, I think Barcelona has been way too greedy with their squad depth for a long time to everything that against shaky Wolfsburg right now, and you know, with some forms and injuries as well. I don't think this is not this will be a close tie. So yeah, I'm betting on Barcelona both legs.
Yeah, same, to be honest. So I think Barcelona is the favorite in that tie. I think that is fair to say. Um, Even after losing Kira Walsh, I would say they are quite the favorites in this tie. Let's talk about Lyon versus Bayern. Now, on paper, I think this could be a really exciting tie, but looking at how the teams have been playing this season, especially Bayern, who have sort of massively plateaued this season, they haven't been able to find that touch that they had last season, that they seem to be hitting last season. And under Strauss, I think they are sort of hitting a plateau now. Even with Pernilla Harder, even with Leah Schuler, Clara Bull, all of that talent, I think they are struggling. To be honest, like, they are not really running away in the league. They have struggled at the back as well. With Oberdorf's injury as well, they haven't been able to cope that well. Um, Lyon, on the other side, they do have a lot of attacking talent. Chavinga, Diani, I'm saying Hegerberg, sorry. All of these players really talented. Le Sommer is still firing. Horan steps up with a lot of goal. Damaris has been in incredible form, but I still feel that Lyon still has room to improve. Montemuro has done decently, but I would still like to see him being tested at this level against a side that also likes to keep possession, that wouldn't let them have the ball as much, and all of that. So it's going to be interesting. Savava is at Lyon. former Real Madrid player. She has been doing quite well. I think she is the joint highest assist provider in the league as well. So, pretty pretty cool tie on paper, but given the current state of these teams, I wouldn't see this as an exciting tie. I think Lyon will edge it based on the current situation. But yeah, I mean, I think the games will not be as exciting. It will be quite cagey and you know with not as many goals. Leaning towards Lyon on this one. What do you think, Kanita?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, like Bayern has had some pretty interesting signings in the summer, and some very fun names have joined them, but they also have this injury, Oberdorf's injury, and so and they have, as you said, plateaued. And Leon, I don't know. I'm rooting for our girl Svava here. I mean, I have to root for our girl Svava, and she's been doing well. I know that she's also starting there, and she's being used as she should. So and yeah, the current state of these teams, maybe it's like will be like a mad duel or something, but yeah, I'm definitely for Leon. Svava girl, you can do this.
Yeah, hopefully we get to face her in the semifinals.
Mm,
I guess because that would be quite fun.
mm-hmm.
Uh, let's talk about the final tie of the quarterfinals, which is City versus Chelsea. Now, this is a fixture that is going to happen a lot
Yeah.
in the month of March. Twice in the Champions League, once in the Cup final, and I think once in the league as well, which is absolutely wide. I think they are going to be playing 4 times in the span of 2 weeks or something that I read. And it's this tie is has the potential to be very exciting, and I think it will be exciting. Chelsea obviously have been eyeing that Champions League trophy for a while now. They are the big pretenders at this stage. They want to be the one lifting that trophy, and they have made some big additions in January as well. Naomi Girma has joined and enforced them at the center back position. They have signed Kira Walsh as well. So big additions to the squad. They have really talented players up front. They have really talented players in the middle. Nuskin has been firing really well ever since she has signed for them. Cuthbert is always there. Guru Wrighton has been effective still this season. She has been scoring a lot of goals. So, a lot of talent there. And City as well. City famously signed Viviane Miedema in the summer. But apart from that as well, they have gone on and signed Aoba Fujino in attack from Japan, the really talented youngster. Their attack has no issues, to be honest. Like, with Lauren Hemp also returning back, I think their attack is enough to cause problems. And we have to remember that the City did beat Barcelona in the Champions League in the group stages this season. And that was a really comprehensive win. They were really good, and I think they laid down the blueprint to cause problems to Barcelona and executed it really well. But the difference now is going to be that they are missing Greenwood. Lai Alexandri hasn't been in great form, and that puts a lot of pressure on their defense, which has really struggled in this uh, past few weeks, to be honest. With Kiara Keating not having the best of the outing in goal, she has been committing a lot of mistakes, and there's always room for error where in her performances, which is not ideal when you don't have a leader figure at the back as well. So, you know, I I think this game will have goals, but I think Chelsea should edge it. What do you think?
Honestly, I think this draw might end up in a lot of goals, like from both sides, like a 4-3 kind of thing
Yeah,
in single game, it smells like it. But listen, who has Chelsea not signed? I like
yeah,
besides I don't know, like name a transfer. And there's like any transfer that has happened in the past year, and you have a great chance of getting it. And it was for Chelsea, so, and it was like a record-breaking transfer. So yeah, they've been really going at it for the past year. And yeah, as you said, the recent signing Naomi Girma. So yeah, I just Chelsea, I don't know. This is the greed they talk about in the Bible. Honestly, Chelsea, I don't know
yeah.
what's going on with you there. But yeah, this draw that they will be happening that will be happening a lot in March reminds me of like of the El Clasico, like a bunch of Clásicos in March 2020 two, I think. Yeah. And it was crazy. So I mean, good luck to both teams there. I mean, been there, done that with, a lot of um games against your fellow club from your country, and yeah, these derbies are always something. And yeah, I don't know. Chelsea, I think Chelsea will do it. I mean, listen, I don't think that we are really something we should be looking at here. But listen, both times that we played Chelsea this season, I mean, they came out as group leaders, right, from our group. And both times, we was saying like, oh, maybe we could have won against them because they had a lot of injuries, and we lost both times. So yeah, they got it both times, won. And yeah, listen, it's Chelsea for me in this draw. But yeah, just edging it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. They'll edge it, but I think the tricky part here is since they'll be facing each other so many times in that
Mm,
short span, there is a chance that a team might figure you out even if you win the first leg over the course of that 14-15 day period. Whenever you're facing them 3-4 times, I think either both the teams will figure themselves out, and I think the second leg could be cagey, or maybe if the players are lethargic, could be an open-ended game as well. So it's all of it can happen, but I think at the end of the day Chelsea might edge it slightly. And because if they don't, I think then their season can be like, if they fail in the Champions League, I think that is a big failure in regards to their season as well, because they have been going at it to, sort of win the Champions League. All these big signings are not for them to just excel domestically, but they want to, with Sonia Bompastor, they want to win a Champions League trophy, and that is what they have been eyeing for a while now. So a failure here can be fatal, but I think they have enough to beat this current state City without Greenwood, with a lot of defensive issues. So I think then it would be, I want to say Madrid, but I also want to touch wood. I don't want to jinx it. The say
yeah.
Madrid against Lyon maybe in the semifinals, and Barcelona against Chelsea, which is again very interesting. So yeah, we'll see what happens before, you know, we'll get out a preview pod as well, where we'll break down Arsenal with a special guest, hopefully, and we'll bring out all the insights about how their season has been, what they do in possession, what they do out of possession. So keep an eye on that. And this was a special sort of video. We don't usually do this on Las Blancas, but we are trying something new. We will be doing these sort of short and brief discussions on various topics across WOSO. In the summer, when the transfer market is on, we will probably discuss some of the transfer rumors as well. So let us know if you would like to hear this, if you would like more of this short discussions, and we would try to incorporate that. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting this channel so far. We have read some of one or two comments that have come on the shorts as well. And yeah, I mean, please, if you have any feedback, we are always happy to hear them. You can comment it down if there's something that you would like for us to do. We would be happy to hear that. And yeah, please keep supporting. And if you have any friends, please share the channel and the videos with them as well. So yeah, thank you for all your support. And until next time, Ala Madrid.
Ala Madrid.